Here are some things that happened when I was living in a flat with 6 white persons. And before I begin, which algorithm did the school use to make this selection? To turn me into a token black girl to satisfy the diversity quota for the flat? Let yourself be known. I promise, I just want to talk. Anyway, back to the list of things that happened. 1. My flatmates mostly engaged with me when they were feeling charitable with their time or when no one else was around. 2. There was this girl as well who would only heavily compliment me when she was drunk. Was she really drunk? I don't know. But to everyone, the praises she sung were acceptable because she wasn't sober anyway. She was technically out of it and technically did not know any better. 3. Or that one guy who asked if I came to England as a refugee. And if I were to ask you, sir, why you looked old and young at the same time, I'd be in the wrong. 4. And how could I forget the universal international student experience and canon event of being the only person in the flat who is not in the other group chat? Or that one time we were in the kitchen and my flatmate started playing and singing along to Niggas in Paris. I was going to say something to him because I may be a Christian, but I'm not in a giant church. But guess what? We share a kitchen. We share a kitchen. If him can sit in the presence of a black person and sing Niggas in Paris, then I am not sure what else he wouldn't do. So I had to be strategic about my next move. You always have that one person in every group setting that, and I'm not going to say loves to yap, but they love to share their ideas all the time. We had someone like that in our shared space, and he would be the perfect person to broadcast my sentiments. So, one morning while eating breakfast, that person came in the kitchen and was doing his favorite pastime, sharing a thought. As he was about to leave, I asked him to come and sit with me so we could have a chat. He instantly went pale, started to look around for help, and cautiously removed his chair from under the table. No one was coming to save you, sir. I looked him square in the eyes and said in my calmest HR voice, "It has come to my realization that the flat is now interested in broaching the topic of prejudice, whether it be through jokes or..." I was not able to finish my thought before he interjected and regurgitated what I perceived to be the speech his parents gave him in the event he offended a person of color. I let him finish and said, "I'm happy you are so aware. Now, with that being said, if you know better, do better." He got up, made a failed attempt at trying to lighten the mood by telling a joke, and eventually left me to continue my meal. That evening, I went into the kitchen and nobody was able to make direct eye contact. Mission accomplished. The message was delivered. Now for the Niggas in Paris gentleman. He came back after some time to explain how the racism was dissipating in his family because each generation was becoming so much more aware. That's rich coming from him. Yet, they wondered why I kept all my pots, plates, and dry ingredients in my room, and why I cooked every single night, and why I declined their invitations to take midnight strolls in the woods. But then, I had to learn to accept the living situation and coexist peacefully. From day 1, maybe day 3, I made it abundantly clear that a dirty kitchen would not be tolerated. Me never come a foreign fi make Rata come help me cook my pot. Anyway, one day I washed my dishes, was packing them away, but accidentally left one. When I came back, my dish was turned down at the side of the sink. You guys may be looking at this like a small gesture, but to me, it made me realize that I was not always giving them the same grace they were giving me. This experience was just as new for everybody, so I needed to be more understanding towards them. I needed to sometimes lighten up, but not too much. And that's when I started to focus on the positives. They put up with my shower concerts every single night. That other group chat must have been lit during those times. One night, after I just finished belting some Bob Marley during my routine performance, I went to the kitchen to get some tea. My flatmate came in and made her bedtime tea as well. She was almost through the door before she turned around and said, "Ape, every little thing is going to be all right," and then left. And yes, you were right. Every little thing did become all right. Thank you, flatmates, for teaching me how to coexist in our shared space. Thank you for your lifelong lessons. And international students, when faced with those situations or scenarios I've described, be respectful but firm. So if you have the tendency to be a jellyback, unjelly your back. Call out their bullying, because if you don't, they will think you are stupid. 2. Never lose sight of who you are. Don't try to make them like you. The hate they have towards you is most likely passed down from generation to generation. So there is nothing you can do to change that unless they want to change. 3. I feel like this should be a given, but just in case you may be tempted to do it, do not accept any invitations to go to the woods at midnight. Daytime or well-lit activities only. 4. You will leave out of that flat, shared accommodation, situation, social experiment stronger and well-equipped to navigate spaces in which you're the oddball out. 5. And for the small crimes, give your flatmates the grace they have extended to you. This experience is just as new and awkward for everyone, so don't sweat the small stuff. 6. It's all about perspective. I know it may be challenging, but try your very best to focus on the positives, because in the long run, every little thing will be all right.